Yo, welcome back to round 3. In round 3 we play against Ben on Banette. You might know Ben. He runs PCG Archive. He goes by Mighty Anna online. So yeah. This is as this is the third round of Swiss. This is it's a 4-round Swiss and then a top cut. So basically, if you win this, you're in cut guaranteed. So we're looking to win this game and get a nice freezy ride into cut. As Ben's gonna mulligan twice, he's playing. He's playing. He's not playing the like Fire Mew, Blue Mew version of Banette. He's on like 4 swoop, 4 warp, 4 warp point. He's on Shuckle. He's on. Oh god, what else is he on? He's on Jolteon Star. That sort of thing. Which honestly, fair enough. It's just like a more aggressive version of the deck. I really don't mind the like 4 warp point. But I don't know that he's on that. He does open Shuckle, which is funny. We're discussing how you don't actually wall Scizor with the was it Crystal Guardians Banette? So actually playing the Shuckle that just poisons will actually allows you to win the game just with that one card. Whereas the Hidden Legends Banette just gets the Crystal Guardians Banette just gets walled by like 1 Spec Metal and a Steel Wing, just like over and over. Excuse me. Jesus. Cool, so I open Stantler and I immediately make a mistake by hitting it with Screechy Voice. Like, I just don't need to give Ben 10 damage here. This is like really bad for his damage pings. Well, it's really bad for me because I'm giving him a free damage ping. Opening the Stantler is like kind of fine. He plays a Warp Point and I don't know his list, so I kind of assume you kind of assume that somebody will be on either 4 Warp Energy or 4 Warp Point. So, or sort of a mix of the two in a 4 count. I don't realize it's an 8 count. So when I see the Warp Point, I'm thinking, okay, Ben's playing 4 Warp Point. I've opened Stantler. I can probably just push it, Screechy Voice, push it, and it will get warped out to the bench. Push it, Screechy Voice, and I'll be able to do that to potentially delay, as my hand isn't looking particularly attractive. As I look at the board, look at my hand, and I can't remember. I think I have like an admin. I've got there you go. I've got a Ray. So in this matchup, as Imprison, things to do: make a Sceptile. Sceptile is really nice, prevents the pings, and also really disrupts Banette's energy attachments. They have to like sort of overcommit to one of each attacker, unless of course they play the Muse and Reversals. But at that point, it's like if you hit it, you hit it kind of deal. The Ray is pretty good really early. Like if there's a Delta Rainbow on this Ray right now, because Banette always goes like a prize up on turn 2 or turn 3, sorry, but they struggle. They can't hit. They ramp, right? So their turn 3 attack and their turn 4 attack aren't hitting 90. So you'll always get 2 hits out of this Ray. Similarly with Regirock, like you don't attack with the Regirock, but you can just put it in the active, and it'll take 2 hits. And Regirock especially is nice because it heals up, so you can often just get it out. You can warp it to the bench. That's a bit riskier when because you're giving your opponent a lot more shady moves, but they'll usually have shady moves or make them. So yeah, to sort of run the thought to its conclusion, you want to wall with one of these 2 prizes early because your opponent is going to take 2 1 prize KOs anyways. It's the same amount of prizes, but sometimes you get a response play because of the just like, you know, raw stats on the 2-prizer. You want Sceptile for the energy denial, and then finally you can sort of aggressively discard your supporters such that Mustar can just cast form, copy whatever the attack, Shadow Chant the attack, and just KO once a turn. KO Banette once a turn, which is egregiously efficient. Now, I'm missing kind of a lot of stuff. This game I prized my Sceptile. I don't think I checked. I just don't think I did. Ben's gonna get set up. He's got that, you know, Ascension, and he gets another Shut It Down, and he gets 2 energy onto his first Banette, and there's a Jinx on the bench. And my energy is sort of just, I missed an attach last turn, so I'm gonna have to cast form this turn. And this is where like that earlier point of not expecting warp point and warp energy is really gonna bite me here, because I think I cast form on the Stantler, which is like fair enough. You know, it's a big commit, but you get a cast form on board, which is pretty important. And you're sort of expecting that if your opponent is going to take a KO, it's going to be with a warp point. So I should be able to keep the Stantler energy. And yeah, that's going to completely go out the window when Ben does just like find a warp energy and just like retreat warp KO. It's a bit, so the thing is, right, I missed the energy attachment, and my support for him was Mentor. It's like there's a debate where you just like, oh, he does just play a warp point. Oh, I get away with it. Nice. I think I sort of have to, okay. I think I have to promote Trico there. I don't know that Sceptile prize, like I should have checked, but like promoting Jirachi is just asking to break. Like Jirachi, I don't know, I'm pretty sure Jirachi is the most important piece on my board right now. So pushing it off of this warp point is just like, I don't know, maybe I thought that Ben's support account and Shady Move damage wouldn't be able to get the KO, but he can move 20 because he can push off of the benched Ray to my active. If he wants to for that extra 10. So yeah, this is just a bad mistake from me. Anyways, yeah, so we get to keep the double energy, which is nice, because if we can jump that, if we can establish a jump card of War and jump it to something useful next turn, that's like quite a strong swing. To get there, we're gonna need Jirachi. So like, what a waste. What a waste. Ben also misses an energy this turn though. If you notice, he's got no attach on his active, on his bench, sorry, Banette. So, I mean, yeah, so I mean, I've only seen warp points at this point, and I pushed the Stantler again because I'm thinking, okay, he missed an energy, which means he's got a warp point again if he wants to get an attack off, so I'm still going to keep this cast form. I'm going to keep setting up. Maybe it's worth keeping the Regirock there. What's my bench? I have a lot of dead spots on my bench. Like I really, like the Ray was a good idea, but I don't know. It's so, the problem with the Ray is you can only search it with Researcher. So if I want to get the Ray, it's like, if, you know, seeing it before the admin, I'm like, yeah, I'll bench it. You know, I'll find an energy. A Researcher for the Mew Star, which is like fine. I assume I've prized Red Curlier, because you would get Red Curlier instead. The plan with the Mew Star is, well, you know, the plan is to aggressively discard my supporters, but what I've played, like, maybe, I played an admin, I played a mentor, and I played a researcher. That puts me at 60, so if I was to play a supporter discarding a supporter next turn, I would go to 80, and then on the following turn I could play a supporter discarding a supporter, and then I would be at 90. That That's pretty tough. That's probably not going to happen. Ben goes for a lass, and he lasses into a warp energy. And I now realize, oh, I'm losing my cast form. I have, you know, a warp on this Rayquaza, which honestly, this is a bit of a, you know, just like obvious mistake. You can't put energy on this Rayquaza here. You, like, this Rayquaza is so slow. It never one-shots Banette, but at the point we're at, Ben's doing 70 with Shadow Chant. So I'm just like getting KO'd. I'm just getting KO'd. Because that last is going to go to his discard, which means he starts next turn by doing 80. So I'm looking at a 90 health, and now he pings over to it. Oh no, does he? Does he not? No, he does ping over to it. So I'm looking. so Ben's Shadow Chant does 80 on his next turn. My Rayquaza has 80. I can never promote this thing, or I just like will eventually lose to a warp point. Because basically everything in this deck, in the Imprison deck, is OHKO'd by a Shadow Chant just because of weakness. So yeah, maybe we should have benched Regirock. Could have pushed Regirock for a turn. You know, Regirock still dies to the Jolteon versions, to be honest though. Actually no, Regirock just isn't safe at all here because he's got damage on board. Yeah, just the Rayquaza was a mistake. Pushing the Jirachi off of the warp was a bigger mistake because I have a dead hand here. And I have to choose to either sack a prize or try and Wishing Star into something useful. I have a Pidgeot in my hand, I think, so I'm trying to search a candy. No, maybe I don't. I just take the Scientist. Oh, okay, alright, okay. Ben next turn will go to 2 prizes. Guaranteed. And like, this Jirachi is dead on board. So, if I take this Scientist here, I can support or discarding a supporter. And I'm still technically on track for that Mew Star attack next turn. Things I'm gonna need. Oh my god, I'm gonna need a lot. So I'm gonna need 2 supporters in hand. I'm gonna need an Energy Jump Gardevoir, and I'm gonna need an admin. If I found a Pidgeot, I might, you know, be a little better off for it. But it looks like I found none of that. I do have the cast form in hand next turn for the Mew Star attack, but yeah, this is not looking good because I guess the idea is, yeah, the line is my opponent goes to 2, I Mew Star copy, KO, my opponent goes to 1, and what, from there I like push Pidgeot for a turn and pass? And then I just lose. Because like, I can't Mew Star attack next turn because I'll just lose all my energy on board. Like, we're trying to use Mew Star to put our opponent to play a 7 prize game with like a Sceptile at the end. Regardless, the Sceptile is prized, but yeah, that just doesn't work. We can't force Sceptile because we don't have enough energy on board. So, you know, you just sort of lose to a warp point. That's what this game is at this point. Ben's comfortably at 2, and now that he's got 10 damage on that Trico and 30 on the Ray, he can just Shady Move, you know, Warp Energy, Shady Move, win. I'm gonna Retriever for Jirachi. That's the second Retriever for Jirachi this game, which is just awful. You know, we're really struggling. Should have really not pushed the Jirachi off of that first warp point. And I'm gonna find a candy, but I don't. My hand attach was a warp energy this turn. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm out. I'm out. I'd like to see. I don't know. I mean. Well, okay, your opponent is now at 1. So your only viable route back into the game is to attack with a fresh 2-prizer. So like, maybe we could energy jump off of the Rayquaza and look to Giant Stump it, Windstorm, put it back down next turn, and combined with an admin, we could hopefully see Ben. No, because if I put any damage on a Banette, he'll just ping, retreat, ping, KO. So I'm at the point now where my only line is Sceptile isn't prized. Sceptile is prized. I should have probably scooped it up at this point, you know? Like, I'm out. You know, I should have played a different line. Yeah. I've had a couple of, you know, sort of whiffy turns. I've not made a Pidgeot. But it's not like I didn't get on board, you know. I've just like erroneously committed to the wrong things, and just been absolutely cooked when Ben is able to just like take a KO on all my energy at once, and, you know, sort of push me back in the race. He's not even benching enough things that like I could like Desperation Black Magic at some point in the game. Which of course the time for that has passed, but yeah, so yeah, my only line at this point is, we imagine Sceptile isn't prized, we candy into Sceptile, it's got 130 HP, and we cast Swarm off the Ray, we jump to it, to the Sceptile, and we start attacking, and we just like go admin one shot. Ben's gonna reveal that he does play a Jirachi EX, so I mean, if you go, going to Jirachi now is a bit slow, because you're just like giving me time. I think he's just clocked that he does have win on board, and like especially mentoring for the Jolteon, the game is over. Like, yeah, as long as you have one switch effect here, you can do all 3 Banette pings, and you can just get the win. So he's going to start with a Yellow Ray. He's going to move 10. He's going to retreat, move another 10. Trico's on 30, and he's going to Warp Point. And oh yeah, you need to be able to attack with the last Banette. So we're going to swap the order in which he promotes the Banette. He's going to Warp Point, and now whatever I promote off the bench dies. If I promote the Trico, whatever I promote after the Trico dies. So the game is over, and we're going to get clean swept. Ben's going to show that he played Giraffe Rig, but he prized it, so he couldn't even stop me from using my Jirachi. Not that it really helped. Yeah, we're going to get sort of we're going to get 6-0'd. That was bad. That was bad. And there's a Sceptile. I'm going to realize, oh wait, my line wasn't even going to work. And now we're going to have to play another winning in. So, yeah. Tough match, couple mistakes, couple bad mistakes, some really bad mistakes from me. But yeah, otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in round 4. Bye bye now.